South Florida is one of the best and one of the worst places to live for millennials. While the region boasts new opportunities, fabulous beaches, and ties to international destinations, Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade counties are also the least affordable for the generation 18 to 35, according to the Metropolitan Center at Florida International University. One of the biggest challenges for millennials is that not only living in Miami is expensive, but that their incomes are so low, it makes it virtually impossible for them to rent housing. For millennials like Andrew Trabazzo, living in Miami has made him put important parts of his life on hold.
My name is Andrew Trabazzo. I'm 30 years old. I'm a recent graduate from FIU, double major in political science and digital media. I own a business that works in conjunction with the state of Florida, and I work full-time. I also do some research, and I play basketball in the meantime. So myself in particular, I don't see myself as unique at all. Initially, I moved out when I was 18. A lot of that had to do with teenage gusto and thinking that I can, take care of myself by myself through my own accord. And then shortly thereafter, I eventually moved back home at around the age of 20, 21, realizing that it's much more difficult than I had imagined.
Like Andrew, many young adults struggle to rent apartments on their own because the cost of living is too high.
At 24, I ended up moving to an efficiency, and through that, I've been able to save, go to school, work. However, it's not an ideal living situation because it's relatively small, and I can't really, in the immediate future, think about expanding my family or getting things that everybody wants, a backyard, possibly another room instead of just a studio. So I think that, my situation isn't really unique, and it's one that you see over and over again throughout our generation.
As costs of living in South Florida continue to rise, the Metropolitan Center at Florida International University is researching why millennials are struggling to live on their own.
So what we're working on right now with the Med Center is we're analyzing the total income by age, and we're comparing it to the older generation and the younger generation, which is the millennials. One of the bigger findings that we've made right now is that the median income of the millennials is lower than what it was when their parents were the same age. Is what we're trying to look into is why. Is it because we're working part-time and still going to school, whereas our parents entered the workforce right when they finished high school and maybe just did a little bit of college?
Massive student loan debt has crippled many millennials' abilities to afford housing, making their situation more difficult while living in Miami.
One of our recent publications on the burden of student loans that we did, we found that our generation is the most likely to have been educated. So we're the most educated, but we're also living more in poverty than generation before us.
So ideally, I would, love to purchase a house and be able to extend my family. Purchasing a house is one of the best middle-class investments anybody can make. It's part of the American dream. However, due to our situation here in Miami and other major cities, it's completely unaffordable. So that part of my life is put on hold.